Alright, another time lapse. Okay, I'm just going to read for the character, and I'm going to be working on these hands here. If you miss the hands from the back, it's about the same workflow. So first thing I do is establish where things need to go as far as joints, using the topology I have. I generally try to keep everything on an edge loop. This way I can like make bends in the hands pretty easy. So first off, straighten out the form. Kind of push in where I think, the bends should go. And this will give me a reference point to the whole thing as later on goes. And I'm just going to pull out a knuckle every once in a while. This is where I want knuckles to go. It's not about necessarily making the knuckle just yet, it's about where they're going to go. And I always keep them right on an edge loop. So they're going to look silly at first, but it gets better. Again, trying to use my lowest level first before I go building it up. I don't. Now anywhere I see an indent like this, I know that's where the knuckle should go. Same here, same here, same here. So I marked out those topology at a lower level. That way I know where to place them at a higher level. And now I'm just reinforcing them with the standard brush. I'm using a lot of the inflate command here. So I just inflate the tip of the finger a little bit, give it a bulbous look. This will help later on when I try to put a nail in there. Okay. And I just do that to the underside of each finger. Do that to the little bit of the palm. Try to even it out so all the fingers look like they're attached to each other. And I'm trying to do that for every pad on the bottom of the paw there. Okay, establishing those knuckles still. Trying to think of how this all attaches to the arm. And as you can see, now I keep going up in levels. This is going to hurt me. The fact that I keep going to a 7, it's going to slow my process down. So, as I said, you keep everything at the same level until you can get up there, because the minute you hit a high level, backing from 7 to 2 or 7 to 3, it's just slow, so slow. So that slowing of the system is just pathetic. So here I'm trying to sculpt, and I should be sculpting at a lower level. So as you can see, this is going to slow my process. And it's all because, I'm so used to being around here in the actual levels. I'm taking the pinch brush and running it out on the side of the hand on each finger. And this will square it off a little bit. Get that balloon animal look out of it. Also going to put one in here in the around where these things should bend. This will give me a reference point later on. So you can see it's still got that balloon animal look, right, especially right in this area. These little dips and things from the pinch brush, so they're easy to get rid of. Now I'm trying to establish what the in-between of all fingers look like. If I move this stuff around, it's going to give me that webbing that exists between your fingers. Also just straightening out the overall hand. As you can see, this finger right here is just like that, so it's not even straight. Using the rotate tool, I can fix that up. Getting an overall read again. I'm always doing that. I'm always backing off, putting it to 7, see what that looks like. I gotta make sure the hands aren't too small. Do they match the character quite well? It's not about detail yet. It's just about where those knuckles are. And so right, these patches, I gotta blend those in now. So that's my next thing is, I puff it out, but now I smooth only the top and bottom of the form, and that way it blends it right in. It does look like skin going up against knuckle. And I do that for the next remaining of the session here. So I'm going to just kind of fast forward till I get to the nail structure. There we go. So here I'm just taking the topology and moving it out. I don't want to go too far, because if you go too far, I'm already stretching these polygons, which is going to hurt the normal map later on. So, I tend not to get too over exaggerated with like huge nails popping off of here. Think about a normal map, for instance. It's only going to have a slight change in the area in full light. So if I fake this, I'm going to have to rely more on displacement mapping than anything else. So I don't want to do that. I just want a little tiny sharp nail. So here's that thing where I standardize, subtract in, and then I'm going to pinch all these together to make all the details, just like I did in the tail. That's a great way to make nails. Just like that. And here's the pinch brush, and I'm trying to get the right settings without it being all squished. So I undo this a couple times and go to a smaller setting and do it over and over and over again, rather than one big fail swoop of the pinch brush fixes all. So that's what I do for each nail. Let me fast forward a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to take the standardized brush and go across here, just like I did in nails, but this is going to give it some texture in this area. I don't want to get too much into the texture phase at this point, but I do want reference points. The texture phase goes into the next chapter. So, a few of those. I do this to the underside. You can see where I pinch those. That gives me the reference point I need to know where to place that groove. And again, standard pinch, pinching it all together. There we go. Okay, so now I'm just kind of taking and putting the top of the hand, again standardized brush, blending it into the top of the arm structure there. Making some bone noise there. Taking the palm and kind of squishing it out a little bit so it has more of a palm look to it than some kind of weird balloon animal thing. So flatten it out just a little bit. I like how the fingers are all really tiny, but the hands kind of like thick. And some more surface detail for right now. Pinching this a little bit, establishing where grooves and stuff are. Okay, I'll meet you in the next video.